Before I get started on this, let me just say two things. First, TD Hip Hop Media, you are not right for presenting this feckless being in front of me and your audience in the story in which I am about to present. So I'm basically piggybacking off of what you said. When I saw that, I said, oh, he is definitely getting inducted into the bedbuckkken Hall of Shame for sure. Number two, Vanessa Jones is a waste of space, time, sperm, and melanin, and manhood as far as I'm concerned. So they are still riding on the Kanye or Ye gravy train. And this dude, I swear, if he's not crying, he is saying some of the most asinine things that anyone can ever say. So it was just reported that Van Jones, quote unquote, scolded the black community because we were silent, quote unquote, over the remarks Kanye West made. Excuse me, I didn't know that we were the handlers of that man, a grown man. I didn't know we were his babysitters. I didn't know we were his parents or his friends or any of his family. Like, we are not, no, that's not up to us to pull him back from the ledge. And let's hypothetically say we were trying. That man don't want to listen to us. After all, he doesn't want to talk to the new black media. I talked about that a couple weeks ago on a live stream. He's fine where he at. But for Vanessa Jones, to come out and tell people in mixed company that I'm sorry on the behalf of the black community, that's the thing that irks me. And this is from both the, and I hate to throw politics in it, but this is the thing that happens when it comes to the conservative black person and the liberal black person. They may have opposing views on certain things, but one thing they have in common is they have no problem trying to tell black people what they need to do, and also throwing themselves in the front of the line in the, I guess in their way of battle, to protect the other side by telling them what the black community needs to do on their behalf, or being the spokesperson or the mouthpiece, because the coonstress is good for doing that. She actually tries to do it on behalf of PC men as well, and they be checking her. This is crazy to me. Van Jones, we do not need a spokesperson, and for damn sure it would never be you if we ever needed one. We would be led into hell if we had to listen to and hang off of your every word and command. But I'm going to read this article coming from Outkick that was posted December 7th. Political commentator Van Jones has inserted himself into the Kanye West debacle, which I don't know why he did, apologizing to the Jewish community these are his words, for the silence of my community after West's recent praise of Hitler and Nazis. In a speech given at the United Jewish Appeal Federation of New York, Jones, who is black, added that the silence is over and that is unacceptable to allow an African-American icon praising Hitler and Nazis, and we act like we don't know where that hatred came from. I didn't know that Kanye was an icon. Did anyone know that he was an icon? He might call himself one, but I didn't know that the collective gave him that status. So now you're putting more onto him. You about to make this man's head as big as a hot air balloon at this point, because you know he'll eat it up. But he said that he said the silence is over and that is unacceptable to allow. When did we allow him to do anything? They made it seem like the black community had this man on a leash and we took the leash off and just let him run wild like a rabid animal. Van Jones, who do you think you're talking to? This guy never says anything like this to other groups of people when we are done badly by other groups, not just PC, but anybody. But he wants to jump in front of this and try to tell them folks about how badly we're behaving because we didn't calm down the beast that is known as, in their eyes, as Kanye West. I didn't know we were the beast whisperer. Did y'all know? Because I didn't get the memo. It goes on to say, you're going to see a change going forward, he added. And are you going to are you making that change, Van Jones? And another thing, all the smoke that he has for black people saying we didn't do enough to quiet or tone down Kanye West. I got a question for you, Van Jones. Why didn't you do something, since it's such a big concern for you and it seems to be extremely high on your to-do list? Why didn't you do or say something? Why didn't you pull him back from the ledge or pull him back from taking that leap of faith? Jones's comments come on the heels of yet another bizarre twist in the West saga, which began last month when he tweeted that he would go, and I'm not going to read what he said, but y'all know what he said. The quote-unquote anti-Semitic remark led to immense backlash, with several companies and sports figures severing ties with West. Both his Twitter and Instagram accounts were locked. Forbes said it cost him his billionaire status after Adidas cut ties and the CAA talent agency dropped him from its clientele. Last week, West doubled down on his stance, telling Alex Jones that Hitler wasn't that bad of a person. He brought things to the table, and we as a society need to quote unquote stop dissing the Nazis. Jones later said that everyone needs to quote unquote come together and support one another. This kumbaya ass Negro. I swear this man literally has his heads even more further up his ass after he got that $100 million quote unquote dono from Jeff Bezos. He goes on to say, we feel awful. What is this we? That's another thing. They love to speak a lot of French when it comes to us, as if we signed off on whatever it is that they're talking about. We, no. Van Jones, you speak for yourself. Say I. That thing should say I feel awful. Not no we. That's what I'm talking about. They always got to throw out a Negro whisperer for the community at large whenever something happens on the behalf of one person. With Kanye West, that's on him. What he says does not indict everyone else. I keep telling people we are not a monolith, but see, that's why we keep telling these tethers that in America, you are under the umbrella of white supremacy. And in that umbrella, we are seen as one big Negro, no matter from where in the diaspora you come from. And when you got people like Van Jones that does that, it keeps furthering the narrative that that's all we are. And it's a big ball of confusion. Sitting up here talking about some we did not make Kanye West get up there and say what he said. We did not make him go off the rails. So I don't know what we supposed to be doing, but I know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do whatever Van Jones is suggesting that we do. I'm going to just sit back and mind my black ass business. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know anybody named we. Do y'all know someone named we? Because I don't. Speak for yourself, Van Jones. That's all we can say. Don't put us in it. Leave us out of it. He said, we feel awful. But when we come together, we're awesome, and we're going to be awesome together. The reason this country is a democracy at all is because black and Jewish people have loved each other and helped each other and supported each other and stood up for each other. This is what he's saying, y'all. This is what he actually believes. Keep in mind that video I just recently did about the revisiting of the beating of Taj Peterson. And then look and listen to what I just read, the quote that he just gave. Shockingly, the folks over at twitter.com did not appreciate Jones's insinuation that black people have given Kanye West a pass for his comments. I have a feeling that was straight up sarcasm. But yeah, he's making it seem like every black person gave him a pass when not every black person did give him a pass. There was a lot of people who were very, very, very critical of Kanye West. I don't know what Van Jones had in his coffee when he said this, but not every black person just let it slide. People, and myself included, were very critical of him and the stuff that he has said. But Van Jones wants to throw on the cape like he's super Negro and come and save the day. Nah. Van Jones, that type of person that would throw on a cape and go against the rules of what they said in the movie The Incredibles. Don't wear a cape, and he'll fly too close to a propellant plane and get pulled in. Those of you who've seen The Incredibles know exactly what scene I'm talking about. One of the people, however, that left a comment about what he said was none other than Tariq Nasheed. I'm just putting this in there. This is not in the article, but his tweet is. Tariq said Van Jones and Kanye is not the spokesperson for Black society. And that's true, because they always try to make it seem like people like him are the spokespeople for Black people whenever they say. See, the thing is, they'll make a Black person a spokesperson for Black society when two things happen. One, when they say something that the dominant society likes, or two, when they say something the dominant society does not like. And they'll find a way to propel them. Thus, what we always say is the quote unquote dominant society takes both sides of the argument, of the discussion. And they do. Another person said, I am Jewish. Now, this is a person who's Jewish. They said, I am Jewish and I appreciate anybody calling out anti-Semitism. That said, I don't trust Van Jones at all. And it's been the Black community who were the first and the loudest in condemning Kanye, while the pasty progressives shrugged. Now, this is a PC Jewish person who wrote that tweet that I just read to you. He said Black people were the loudest and the first ones to condemn Kanye West. And he also said he does not trust Van Jones. Well, I agree. Now you want to talk about we as a collective, I would say that we do not trust Van Jones. He is not trustworthy at all. Someone else said Van Jones is no more spokesperson for Black folks than Kanye West. Neither one of these folks can speak for me. Rizza Islam said hashtag Van Jones apologize to the J community on behalf of Black people for our silence where Kanye or Ye is concerned. Did I hear this correctly? In this slave mentality, Van Jones does not speak for us, and the J community must apologize for their role in enslaving our people. Another person said Van Jones really stood up there and blamed the whole Black community for Kanye West. And that's the whole thing right there. And I'm actually read a comment that someone left here who said, why does anyone take being lumped into a community or allowed to be quote unquote spoken for as if you were too stupid to do it yourself? It's condescending as shit. If a white guy got up and tried to speak for me or the quote unquote white community, I'd tell him to go F himself. So you even have PC people who are or are not part of the J community who are putting Van Jones on blast. See, like I said, he got too comfortable and he thinks that he's doing something. He's doing a whole bunch of nothing, just like he has been known to do for so long. Like, really, Van Jones, what is your purpose? This guy really thought getting up there on that podium, because it was at a some kind of event, and he actually said this out loud, that he apologizes on the behalf of the Black community for not condemning Kanye West or putting him on a leash, in so many words. I can't stand Negroes like that. I know those of y'all who are listening can't stand that either, but my goodness, I really can't stand them. That's why I said we get our stuff, we get our tangibles. The first people that we got to get out of here off the table immediately are people like him. And see, the thing is, he got that $100 million, so he feels he has arrived. And I'm curious, and I don't pocket watch, but Van Jones, have you contributed anything to the Black community with the money that you got? Like anything? Because I have yet to hear any story or read anything saying that Van Jones contributed to any type of Black organization that's not BLM. We not counting them, but or any kind of Black business or, you know, kids, HBCUs maybe. Like I have yet to hear him do any of that. Now, if he has, and he's just one of them silent donors, okay, fine, I will walk back my statement. But Van Jones just screams attention whore, because I was watching a video that TD Hip Hop Media did, in the same video, as a matter of fact, where Trump was trying to sign some kind of a document he needed a pen. Here comes this big, bald, black hand reaching over a sea of people to hand Trump his pen. And Trump didn't even know who the pen came from. He just saw it probably came from a black hand, but all he saw was that pen and he needed to sign that document. He pulled that hand back. Van Jones was showing all 32 teeth, like he literally got knighted by someone over in the British monarchy. But and I asked CD, did he cry? He said, not this time. I said, this time, which means there leaves room that there's going to be a time when he's going to cry again, much like you see in this picture right here. That's why every time I talk about Van Jones, I always pull up a picture of him crying, because that's just how I view him. And like I said, this man will cry on cue, like a Karen, and for nothing. Like, at least cry over something emotional. I don't even know if he cried when Jeff Bezos gave him that $100 million. He probably damn near had a heart attack. But yeah, Van Jones, he is bad for business. And when I say business, I'm talking about black business, foundational black American business. He is bad for it. And I think isn't Van Jones FBA himself? But yeah, we don't need a spokesperson. This is proof right here, which is why black people as a collective do not need a spokesperson for them, because they'll put people like that in position. Now, when you got other groups calling you out on your BS, where they said they don't trust you because of the snakish ways you have and how shady you can be, that's saying a lot. Not giving them credence or anything like that because they said it, but that's just an observation that I made. That it's not just black people that don't rock with Van Jones like that. See, if it was just us, then they'll say, oh, we're being haters and whatnot. But when it comes from other groups, then it's like, okay, you're the common denominator of your own BS.